with his own scientists.
But you're saying you can't trust Senator.
He asked you, you dumb fuck.
Well, no, you can trust the scientists. She didn't say that. You can't trust.
She said the public health experts quote will be muzzled, will be suppressed.
Well, that's what he's going to try to do. But there's millions.
You just said the bitch didn't say it.
Out there, like here at this great hospital.
Your running mate said it.
Their job doesn't depend.
President Harris, as she called herself, fool.
And by the way,
spoke to the scientists that are in charge. By the way, they will have the vaccine very soon.
Do you believe for a moment what he's telling you in light of all the lies he's told you about the whole issue relating to COVID? He still hasn't even acknowledged that he knew this was happening, knew how dangerous it was going to be back in February, and he didn't even tell you. He's on record as saying it. He panicked or he just looked at the stock market. One of the two, because guess what? A lot of people die, and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
So, Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart?
Yeah, you dumb fuck.
So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college.
Get him, Orange 4-5.
Delaware has no record of your ass.
Either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart.
Motherfucker.
Don't ever use that word.
That.
There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years you've done nothing.
47 years, fool.
If you would have had the charge of what I was put through, I had to close the greatest economy in the history of our country.
Get
By the way, now it's being built again.
Get him.
Everybody
Everybody walking around with 10 to 20 racks in their pocket, and y'all talking about the economy is in recession. Fuck out of here.
So far, the two of you have taken very different approaches, and this is going to affect how the virus is handled going forward by whichever of you ends up becoming the next president. I want to quickly go through several of those. Reopenings. Vice President Biden, you have been much more reluctant than President Trump about reopening the economy and the schools. Why, sir?
Because he doesn't have a plan. If I were running, I know what the plan is. You've got to.
You are running, you dumb fuck. Aren't you, old Biden?
Yeah. And this who they want? Fucking idiots.
You have to provide them
Nancy Pelosi.
Y'all vote for this dumb motherfucker. Y'all dumber than I
Exactly. They
thought.
get exactly what the fuck they deserve.
By the way, Nancy Pelosi and Schumer, they have a plan. He won't even meet with them. The Republicans won't meet with them.
Guys, you don't talk to dummies.
And he sits on his golf course. And I mean, literally, think about it.
You probably play more than I do, Joe.
What about this question of reopenings and the fact
Well, he wants to shut down this country. And I want to keep it open. And we did a great thing by shutting it down. Wait a minute, Joe. Let me shut you down for a second.
Yeah, shut him down, sir.
He wants to shut down the country. We just went through it. We had to because we didn't know anything about the disease. Now we found that elderly people with heart problems and diabetes and different problems are very, very vulnerable. We learned a lot. Young children aren't. Even younger people aren't. We've learned a lot. But he wants to shut it down. More people will be hurt by continuing. If you look at Pennsylvania, if you look at certain states that have been shut down, they have Democrat governors all. One of the reasons they shut down is because they want to keep it shut down until after the election.
Yeah.
On November 3rd.
Because
it's a political.
Yeah. Now you got to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
Nigga sound like he trying to sell you something. You hearing?
To increasingly question the effectiveness of masks as a disease preventer. And in fact, recently you have cited the issue of waiters touching their masks and touching plates. Are you questioning
No, I think
the
masks are
efficacy
okay. You have to understand, if you look, I mean, I have a mask right here. I put a mask on it.
Which don't do shit but hold that shit on your own dumb
Everybody's
ass.
had a test, and you've had social distancing and all of the things that you have to, but I wear masks when needed. When needed, I wear masks.
Okay, let me ask.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
Looking stupid as he is.
Clown.
Vice President Biden, go ahead, sir.
That's what Trump called.
The way to open businesses is give them the wherewithal.
All you talking about is opening businesses. Fuck businesses. Motherfuckers been held hostage for the last fucking year, fool.
He only talking because he think that's what people want to hear.
Between now, if everybody wore masks and social distance between now and January, we'd probably save up to 100,000 lives. It matters.
And they've also said the opposite. They've also said
exactly.
No serious person said the opposite.
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci said the opposite.
In the beginning, masks aren't necessary.
Masks
The
are
fuck?
not good. Then he changed his mind. He said, "Mask."
Thank you.
I want to ask you both about
All he can do is laugh.
Yeah,
Get your
exactly.
facts right.
Has even affected the way that
Dumb
you
fuck, he
have
trying to
campaigned.
listen to that motherfucking
President Trump
teleprompter.
has
Ear, yeah.
rallies,
No, you see it, I say
crowds
listen
coming
to the
together, thousands of
teleprompter.
people.
Yeah.
Dumb
Outside,
fuck.
yes, sir, agreed. Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events
Because
with
nobody will show up.
That 8 people at the last one.
Nobody shows up.
And he don't show up anyway. He sent his old lady.
You holding the big rallies. Why you not? You go first, sir.
Because people want to hear what I have to say.
And watch him say something about Trump.
Great job as a president, and I'll have 25, 35,000 people show up at airports.
You know,
Are you not worried about
We
the
have a
disease
lot of
issue,
people.
sir?
Well, so far, we have had no problem whatsoever. It's outside, that's a big difference according to the experts. And we do them outside. We have tremendous crowds, as you see. I mean, and literally on 24 hours notice.
just
And
roaring.
Joe does the circles and has 3 people. So
One of the last big rallies he had, and a reporter came.
I told you he's going to say something about Trump. No,
Always.
we asked about your
Deflecting.
rally,
Yeah,
punk.
deflection.
Put on a mask. Have you been tested? I'm way far away from those other people. That's what he said. I'm going to be okay. He's not worried about you. He's not worried about the people out there.
He not worried. You can't even fucking
Yeah,
speak
can't
proper
even-
English, you
yeah,
dumb
we
bitch.
have no negative effect. And we've had 35, 40,000
All right,
people.
you wanna-
in these
Thank you.
Just
Shut him
ask
down,
Trump,
Trump.
because I want to move on to our next.
Yes, I would. He's been totally irresponsible the way in which he has handled the social distancing, people wearing masks, basically encouraged them not to.
All right.
Then he's a fool on it.
If you
Name one
crowd,
instance.
you would have done the same thing. But you can't. Nobody cares.
Gentlemen, can we move on? Can we move
No,
on to the economy is, I think it's fair to say, recovering.
The economy is
faster
booming,
than expected.
especially with all
He
these new
just said it. It's
businesses.
doing better than
The
expected.
unemployment rate fell to 8.4% last month.
What?
The Federal Reserve says the hit to growth, which is going to be there, is not going to be nearly as big as they had expected. President Trump, you say we are in a V-shaped recovery. Vice President Biden, you say it's more of a K-shape. What difference does that
This
mean
motherfucker don't even know who he
to the
running
American
against.
people in terms of the economy? President Trump, in this segment, you go first.
So we built the greatest economy in history. We closed it down because of the China plague. When the plague came in, we closed it down, which was very hard psychologically to do. He didn't think we should close it down, and he was wrong. And again, 2 million people would be dead now instead of still 204,000 people is too much. One person is too much. Should have never happened from China. But what happened is we closed it down, and now we're reopening, and we're doing record business. We had 10.4 million people in a 4-month period that we've put back into the workforce. That's a record the likes of which
That-
nobody's ever seen before. And he
10.4 billion
he will shut
in
it down
4
again.
months.
He will destroy this country. You know, a lot of people between drugs and alcohol and depression.
Meanwhile,
when
you and
start shutting
Obama
it
was
down,
funneling
you take a
money
look at
into
what's happening in
ISIL.
some of your Democrat-run states where they have these tough shutdowns, and I'm telling you, it's because they don't want to open it. One of them came out last week. You saw that. Oh, we're going to open up on November 9th. Why November 9th? Because it's after the election. They think they're hurting us by keeping them closed. They're hurting people. People know what to do.
Yeah.
They can social distance. They can wash their hands. They
Look,
can
he
wear
fixing
masks.
the
Checking that wire. Yeah, I see it. It's right there on the top of this
It's
jacket.
sticking out
I
right
know.
there. Dummy. You pulled it out, stupid.
You see this dumb fuck with his wire?
A couple of others. You got to open these states up. It's not fair. You're talking about almost it's like being in prison. And you look at what's going on
Earpiece,
with divorce.
wire.
Look at what's going on
Look
with
at that
alcohol.
Wait till he
dumbass
lift that arm.
Yeah, look at that dumbass look.
And he'll
He
close down the whole
listening to
country.
them. He
Yeah.
trying to remember. Watch them lips start moving.
Yeah, stupid
Our
ass.
country is coming
With
back
this
in
$2
front of
suit
the
on.
setting records as it does it. We don't
Same
need
suit
somebody
in the
to
hat
come
the
in
last
and say,
47
"Let's shut
years."
it down."
All right, your 2 minutes, sir. We're now moved to you. As I said, posing the question, the president says it's a V-shaped recovery. You say it's a K-shaped recovery. What's the difference?
The difference is millionaires and billionaires like him in the middle of the COVID crisis have done very well.
You're a millionaire too.
Yeah,
Another
what the fuck?
Billionaires have made another $300 billion because of his profligate tax proposal, and he only focused on the market. But you folks at home, you folks living in Scranton and Claymont and all the small towns and working class towns in America, how well are you doing? This guy paid
Well,
a total of $750
Exactly.
That
taxes.
be better
Dropping
when
10,
your
to
ass out the
15,
way.
$20,000 on these
You've
niggas. They
agreed
doing
to the
well.
2 minutes, so please let him have it.
Do I get my time back? The fact is that.
Do we
he
get
is,
our
in fact,
47 years
working
back?
on This in a way that
Nope.
he's going to be the first president of the United States to leave office, having fewer jobs in his administration than when he became president.
That's what y'all want.
Fewer jobs than when he became president. First one in American history. Secondly,
Show me the
people
numbers,
who have
homie.
lost their jobs are those people who have been on the front lines, those people who have been saving our lives, those people who have been out there dying, people who've been putting themselves in the way to make sure that we could all try to make it. And the idea that he is insisting that we go forward and open when you have almost half the states in America with a significant increase in COVID deaths and COVID cases in the United States of America. And he wants to open it up more. Why does he want to open it up? Why doesn't he take care of the American? You can't fix the economy until you fix the COVID crisis. And he has no intention of doing anything about making it better
Really?
for you all at home in terms of your health and your safety. Schools, why aren't schools open? Because it costs a lot of money to open them safely. You know, they were going to give, his administration was going to give the teachers and school students masks. And then they decided, no, couldn't do that because it's not a national emergency. Not a national emergency. They've done nothing to help small businesses. Nothing. They're closing.
This dude
1 to
just
6 is
rambling
not
like a
done.
motherfucker. He
You
just
gotta
talking.
get
Just fucking
on the
monitoring.
job
Yeah.
and take care of the needs of the American people so we can open safely.
All right, your time is up, sir.
Thank
you.
We're gonna get to-
I
we're
have
gonna-
to respond to that.
well,
Fuck
you
outta
both
there.
have 2 minutes, sir.
Excuse me, he made a statement.
Yeah.
People want their schools, no, people want their schools open. They don't want to be shut down. They don't want their state shut down. They want their restaurants. I look at New York. It's so sad what's happening in New York. It's almost like a ghost town. And I'm not sure it can ever recover what they've done in New York. People want their places open. They want to get back to their lives.
People
They'll
want
be
to be
careful,
safe.
but they want their schools open.
Okay.
People want
I'm
to
the
be
one that
safe.
brought back football. By the way, I brought back Big Ten football. It was me, and I'm very happy to do it. And
All right,
people of
let's-
Ohio are very proud of me. And you know
We're
how
gonna
I
get
found
back,
out? When you took a
gentlemen,
phony
we're gonna
ad.
get to your economic plans going forward in a moment, but first, Mr. President, as you well know, there's a new report that in 2016, the